god, it's been a long time coming. Let's just say that. So let's start by addressing the elephant in the room, shall we? So yes, I haven't uploaded in over a year at this point. I think it's been more like 16 months, but I mean, who's counting? And I thought it was time to come back. 2023 was a freaking mess, my dudes. I hit rock bottom. My life was a complete train wreck. I suffered from severe burnout and lost basically sight of who I was and just what I enjoyed. I didn't have any energy to dedicate to anything else aside from healing this burnout. And so I went through hell and back in 2023, but 2024 for me has been all about healing. And so I have gone on a trip. I have quit my job and started a new one. I have rekindled my love for reading. I have been going through the motions to kind of find myself again and really focus on healing and getting better, recovering from this burnout. And so I'm glad to say that like we're doing a lot better, obviously. Otherwise I wouldn't be back. At the back burner, I always knew that like content creation was something that I love doing. I think one of the first things that I should have realized at the time is that as soon as I stopped enjoying creating content and reading, those should have been red flags for me that I wasn't myself anymore, that something was wrong. Because at my core, I am a reader and I am a content creator, and those two don't always live together, but they are part of who I am. I mean, I've been reading since I was 3. I have been creating content since way before YouTube, and so I should have known that something was wrong at that time. But anyway, I digress. Now we're doing a lot better. I am back on YouTube. I cannot believe that. I've been dabbling into other platforms as well. If you follow me on TikTok and Instagram, I knew that eventually I would come back to YouTube. I think my first love was always YouTube. YouTube has been my home, and I'm just really glad to be able to reclaim it and celebrate this comeback with you guys. So I thought that to kick us off, to celebrate this return, we could do a cozy little vlog celebrating fall and also catching up on all of the things because so much has changed in my life. To celebrate tonight, we're gonna start with a cozy little evening in. I'm gonna order some food and watch season 3 of Heartstopper because it dropped today and I just need to watch that ASAP. Got off work, so it's time for us to go on our daily walk. It's such a nice day out, so I feel like it would be a shame for us to stay inside. And also one of the things that I have implemented throughout my health journey is just trying to step more. And so I've been going on walks, whether that's in the morning, during my lunch break, or in the evening after work, in order to just increase my daily step goal. So today we're just gonna go enjoy the nice autumn weather, even though it might be a little warm for my taste, but it's fine. We're still gonna put the playlist on and just make the most out of this beautiful season. We've finally reached the reading portion of this video because I'm going to be finishing the book that I'm currently reading, which is Always Practice Safe Hex by Julia Cross. This is book 4 in the Stay a Spell series, and we just really need to get this one finished. I love the world that this is set in. I love the characters, and obviously this is book 4, so I have read the rest of the series so far, and I have enjoyed it on some level, but I do feel like we always stay on the surface. I'm always expecting more from these, and I always end up kind of disappointed. I think on average I've given each of these books a 3 out of 5 stars. We have a family of witches. We're following a sister in each book, but I'm kind of always left wanting more. And this is the case with this one as well. I feel like we're getting to know our hero pretty well, which I do appreciate because we're getting to know part of the supernatural world that we haven't really gotten to know before. But I feel like we're staying on the surface with our female main character, and I just wish that we would strike a little bit more of a balance between the two. And the other thing, the plot makes no sense to me in this one. I work in marketing, right? And there's a marketing competition happening. It makes no sense whatsoever. They're running these events to raise awareness for like this cause, but the events have literally nothing to do with the cause that they're trying to bring awareness to. But it's fine. I am still like enjoying it for what it is, which is like a smutty little time. And like it's witches, it's fall, it's perfectly cozy, and I think like the setting, the atmosphere, the characters, like it's great. I have a feeling this one is going to be another 3 out of 5 stars, but I'm like 75% of the way through, so we're definitely finishing it tonight. Good morning. I just got back from the grocery store, which you can tell, but I have 3 massive bags, and so I thought it would be fun to do a little bit of a grocery haul, share with you guys some of the fun fall things that I got for this upcoming week. I have some veggie chips, so good with like a sandwich or as a snack. I had to get some apple cider. This is my favorite apple juice in the fall. I just love drinking it every morning or throughout the day. Love that stuff. Spaghetti squash, love that thing, especially in the fall. I am always looking forward to the moment where I can finally have my spaghetti squash. We've had some the other day and I just am craving for more, so let's go. Some bread and some ketchup. Not fall related, but we were running out. Some eggs. I got some chicken breasts, some apple cinnamon oatmeal because I've been craving that stuff recently, and we didn't have that flavor at home. Like I have regular oatmeal and I have, I think it's maple and brown sugar, but I was craving some good old apple cinnamon oatmeal, and sometimes I'm a little lazy in the morning, which is why I'm not making it myself. Some Honeycrisp apples. I feel like this would be such a good snack. I have some caramel spread and I feel like dipping them in would be so fucking good. Some turkey breast, cucumber, hummus, applesauce, and another thing that I've been craving recently, some chocolate chips, salsa, some cinnamon rolls because I think I want to make that either tomorrow morning or like next weekend, some salmon, and some Pillsbury cookies. So I got the pumpkin ones and the ghosty ones, but I have seen people put them over some chocolate chip cookie dough. So we're gonna attempt that. Zucchini, some sweet potato, some minute jasmine rice, green beans, asparagus, which I guess you can't really tell, carrots, tomatoes, some raspberry jam. I have never tried this brand, the Bonne Maman, but I've seen people try it out and like really loving it. So, and I love the jar of this, so I figured I would try it. Some hot chocolate. This is a signature hot chocolate from Starbucks, but it's their salted caramel flavor, and I figured that this would be fun. I love me a good hot chocolate during the autumn and winter season, so I am very excited to try this one out. Some granola bars, some granola. This one is the apple crumble. I figured this would be good for the fall. Some crackers, some more crackers. I got some soup. This one is a Mr. Noodles like beef soup. I took one out of my dad's little cupboard, so I replaced it. And then I also have this vegetable soup from Habitant. It's so freaking good. Like I love it in the fall especially. I feel like it's a great lunch when I'm working. I feel like it's so easy to warm up. I'm gonna make my own soup I think this weekend, but I figured that this would be a good backup for when I'm working. So that is it. I have such a massive grocery haul. I think it cost me like about $150, but we were out of so many things. So I'm glad that I have a lot of produce and just things that I can make things with. One last thing. I went to the bookstore to get a fall puzzle. This one is not necessarily a fall puzzle. It's a Ravensburger Disney villainous puzzle. I love me a good puzzle, especially in the fall and winter. And so I felt like I was way overdue. This one is a villainous but Mother Gothel. So it's all Tangled related stuff. I figured the color palette to me sounded very fall, and I love Tangled. It's one of my favorite Disney movies. So I think this could be fun either like to do this weekend or maybe the next one. We're definitely gonna get that done soon.
my god. This is my new favorite snack. I'm obsessed.
Let's go read in a coffee shop. I thought we were overdue for a reading update. So as you know, I have finished reading Always Practice Safe Hex by Julia Cross. As predicted, I gave that book a 3 out of 5 stars, and I was feeling a little generous because I think I would have given that book a 2.5, but I bumped my rating up because I did really enjoy learning about Grim Reapers in that book. So it ended up being a 3, but feeling wise it's probably more of a 2.5, which is unfortunate, but oh well. Now, I have started a new book, which is A Murder Most Unladylike by Robin Stevens. This is the first book in a middle grade mystery series, and I couldn't be more excited to start it. Not only has it been on my shelf for ages, so I'm really glad that I'm finally picking it up, but also I love me a good middle grade mystery. I'm a sucker for those. They're my favorite kind of middle grades, and so I am very excited to start a new series. This one follows Daisy and Hazel, and they are part of a secret society where they are detectives, and a murder happens at their school and they're on the case trying to solve it. This is super fast paced. I'm really enjoying it so far. I do feel like I don't really know the characters that well yet, but I mean, I'm only 100 pages in, so obviously there's still lots to read before we solve the case and just get to know the characters better, but so far it's really fun, and it's perfect for this time of year because this takes place in October, which is perfect because this is the month that we are in right now. So I don't think this will be that long a read, to be completely honest. I read for about an hour and I already read like 100 pages, so I have a feeling that I could finish it probably today if I really dedicated my time to it, but within a few days we should be done and moving on to the next book. So I am loving this so far, and I hope that I will love it enough to want to continue the series, but I will keep you guys updated. I just finished reading Murder Most Unladylike by Robin Stevens, so I thought I would give you guys my final thoughts and review. Overall, this was such a solid start to the series. I loved the world that this is set in. It's following Hazel and Daisy in the 1930s. They're at this boarding school and solving mysteries. I just really enjoyed this. I think it was a really solid mystery. Even though I guessed the culprit, I thought it was very cleverly done. I don't think it was obvious at all. You have to be paying attention in order to solve the murder, but I think it was so well done. Really enjoyed it, and like the end really kept me on my toes. Overall, this was captivating. It was such a quick read too. I read that in a day, and like it's not like I was trying to finish it in a day, but it's so fast paced. It reads super quickly, and yeah, overall would highly recommend it if you guys are looking for a new middle grade mystery and you haven't read this one. This is a solid 4 out of 5 stars for me, and I cannot wait to read more from this world. Good morning. Today's Monday, so it's the beginning of a new work week. And so I thought this would be a great opportunity for us to talk about the biggest change in my life in 2024 so far, and that is my job. So at the beginning of the year, I knew that I needed to make a change. I wasn't thriving in the environment that I was in anymore, and so I felt like I was due for a job change. I had been at my old job for 4 years. Almost. So it was time for me to change. I think I had gotten everything that I could out of the environment that I was in, but while I loved the work that I was doing, this just wasn't for me anymore. And so I started job searching at the beginning of the year, got through a few interviews, and eventually I found the position that I'm at. I work at a marketing agency. I'm a marketing specialist, which is basically the same role that I had at my old job, just in a different environment with different clients, a different city, and bigger challenges as well. But one of the biggest changes I think that this job brought wasn't necessarily the work itself, because yes, like different clients, different challenges, like a different process, but the biggest change for me was the schedule, because at my old job, I was working 7:30 until 4. So that meant that like I would wake up at 6:30 in the morning, spend a little bit of time on my phone, then get out of bed at around 7, then start working at 7:30. Sometimes I would eat breakfast while starting my workday. Most of the time, actually, that's what I was doing. So obviously I didn't put a lot of boundaries around like my work and my personal life. They were bleeding together. And I think that is one of the reasons that led me to this burnout to begin with. So I knew that when I had this new job, I wanted to switch things up. I needed to set boundaries because I knew that otherwise I would get burned out again. So one of the perks of this new job is that it came with a set schedule from 9 to 5. At my old job, I had to be logged in at 8:30 at the latest so that I would end my workday at 5. But because I wanted to end my workday earlier, I would start at 7:30. Whereas with this new job, everyone works 9 to 5. And so I had to work those hours as well. Now, there has been a slight adjustment recently. We're now allowed to have a more flexible schedule. So I can start earlier if I want to and end earlier as well. But I have to be at work during a set window. But aside from that, like I can work my schedule the way that I want, which I find nice because I like to usually end earlier on Fridays. So sometimes I'll work a little bit more throughout the week so that I can have an early weekend. Anyway, all of that to say, suddenly I found myself in the morning having a lot more time. More time than I knew what to do with, to be completely honest. It made me realize that I was living for work. I wasn't working to live. And this new job has made me realize that it is possible to have it all. So recently I've been trying to make the most out of my mornings because yes, I finish work a little bit later so I get an hour less in the evening, but honestly I wasn't necessarily doing that much in the evenings to begin with. Like usually I would binge Netflix or something. It wasn't like I was being super productive in the evening anyway. And so I just find myself making the most of every minute now, whereas before I was just working, eating, sleeping, repeat. That was it. So I really appreciate those small moments now, and I am trying to make the most out of them. Like this morning, I'm taking it slow. I had a nice cozy little morning. It's gloomy out. Now it's about to get to the time that I would want to start work. It's about 8:15, but I have a day of meetings starting at 9:30. So I want to have an hour to myself before I start the work day, because otherwise I feel like I'm going to be overwhelmed all day. So I want to take this hour to just prep for my meetings. Let's go to work. I feel like I need a little bit of a midday pick-me-up, so let's make some cookies. So you won't be able to see me, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna focus on the cookies. Most of the recipes that I've seen on like YouTube and Instagram, people have been putting like chocolate chip cookie dough under the sugar cookies, so that's what I'm gonna try today. I think I'm gonna make just the 2 and try it out because I'm not that hungry. I feel like it's gonna be a little bit tiny, and if I stack the other cookie on top, I'm afraid that it won't stick. So I'm gonna try to flatten them a little bit. Let's see. Okay, that works. Oh no, it's stuck. No. It's good though. Okay, this one is falling apart. Okay, it's not great, but it's better than nothing. And I think I'm gonna do 1 pumpkin and 1 ghosty. So let's do that. Okay, 1 pumpkin and 1 ghosty. Okay, well, they look cute. I'm gonna try this, put this in the oven, and I'll come back for a little taste test. Here they are, the cookies. They look so good. Look at this, oh my God. I think I'm gonna let them cool down for a bit, and then we'll do the taste test. All right, it's time for a taste test. Ooh, it's crumbling. It's very good.
I get why it's a trend. There's like a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of sugar cookie, really good.
So I think I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed it. It's been a while for me, so it's been weird getting back into the swing of things, but I also really love it. So hopefully there'll be a new video soon, but in the meantime, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell notification, and chat with me in the comments if there's anything that you want to chat about. And I guess I'll see you guys soon. Bye!